Since politics is driven by interests, then it is not a surprise that politicians in our climate prefer to view issues from their own prism only, despite the clamor for power to shift to the south after the tenure of President Muhammadu Buhari. Former governor of Kano State, Rabiu Kwankwaso, has called on the People's Democratic Party, PDP, not to zone the 2023 presidential ticket to the southern part of the country. Kwankwaso, who is eyeing the 2023 presidential ticket of the PDP, said the party produced more southern presidents than the north since 1999. Let's look at Kwankwaso's argument. It's, the PDP between 1999 to 2007 produced Olusegun Obasanjo, a southerner, and it was succeeded by Adwa, that spent barely 3.5 years, and Jonathan Goodluck took over and spent like 6 years. Yeah. And it came to, that's the PDP, and they lost the election in 2015. Yeah. So PDP's argument is they're now saying that, look, when they held sway in that 16 years, it was predominantly a southern president. That's why will PDP be talking about zoning down to the south again?
Yeah, I think we should first of all get it clear that we have two major political parties in Nigeria, the APC and the PDP, and also that these two political parties will have their own strategies, because let's get it right, the two of them are eyeing the seat of power.
Yes.
And everybody is also looking at how it is going to get to that position. Yes, if you look at what Kwankwaso has said, for the People's Democratic Party, the argument is quite tenable in that out of 16 years, according to his analysis, the southern parts of the country produced the president, and the north only held sway for 2 years. However, I have a challenge with a policy really that a democracy that is always looking at where people come from and not the quality of people that are coming to power. Because I think that is the bane of our democracy in this part of the world. We look more at this, the origin, the state of origin. We look at religion. We look at different kinds of things, forgetting the fact that these politicians are always all together after election. They only bring these points up during electioneering period to talk about, yes, we are from the north, we are from the south. As a Nigerian, what am I interested in? I'm just interested in a leader that will lead us right. I'm interested in somebody that will drive the economy of the country and create employment, reduce all these unemployment rates that we are facing right now. I want a president that is going to ensure that our educational system is functioning well. I want a president that will ensure that Nigeria occupies its rightful position in the Committee of Nations. I want a president that will steer the affairs of our foreign policy in such a way that will be respected across the world. So there are so many things that we want in a president, and I think we should start to, Nigerians themselves are the ones that will do this. The politicians will never allow us to do it, because the politicians are politicians. They are interested in grabbing power. We are the ones that should direct the narratives of our democracy, our democratic values, that we should be looking at things from the perspective of quality of personalities, and we should reduce the focus on tribe, on religion, on different kinds of mundane factors that we put into focus when we are deciding on who should become the president of the country.
Some people will talk to you about the balance, the dangerous balance in the country. That's look for a country that is standing on like a tree tripod. Yes. That's look, everything must go around and everybody must have a fair share. That's for just stability.
Well, maybe you are referring to the clamor for Southeast presidency. Maybe that's what you are saying. Is that what you are saying? are you tilting towards the argument of the Ohanize? Because the politics is a game of numbers, and it's a function of the strategy you adopt to get that particular thing. If the Ohanize people want their man to be the president, they should be in the ruling party, they should be in the majority party. The presidency is not dashed out. If you want people, there are many people from the southeast in the APC. You can encourage them to contest for the primary. If they come out well ahead of the primary, then they will become the presidential candidate. There are also many people from the southeast in the PDP. In fact, southeast is predominantly PDP. About 80% of southeast is PDP. Let them try their best and make sure that they come out as the flag bearer. And that candidate will also square it up with other candidates from other political parties. So let Nigerians choose among them about the best. What normally asks me about Nigerian leaders is that it is when it comes to election that we begin to talk about tribalism, begin to talk about religion, and we begin to talk about where you come from. We are not going to talk about education. We are not going to talk about security. We are not going to talk about the economy. We are not going to talk about there is youthful unemployment. When you get to the market and you price a tuber of yam, is the man going to ask you, are you Hausa or Yoruba or Igbo? He's going to say it is 500 naira or 5,000. If you have money, you give it to him. That is what concerns all Nigerians. Like she said, the political elite, they have a way of dividing us when it concerns seeking for power. And I think we should not base our politics in the 21st century on the fact that where the man comes from. But who can deliver Nigeria? Who can save Nigeria from the mess we are in now? Because Nigeria is in total mess now. So who can deliver Nigeria is the issue, not where you come from.
Former Governor Kwankwaso, what he's arguing here is that, look, for his own party, that talking in terms of north-south, that the southern part of the country has had their fair share from the People's Democratic Party. That right now, people should not be talking about power coming down to the south again.
Well, I can understand why Kwankwaso would be talking in this manner. He obviously still wants to contest the presidency on the platform of the PDP. Some weeks back, some people were carrying the story of Kwankwaso defecting or planning to join the APC. They even went to town jubilating that he had returned to the APC. It turned out to be a fat lie. And Kwankwaso has come out to say he had no plan to join the APC. Recall that just before the 2019 election, and in response to the crisis within the APC in Kano State, the president received Kwankwaso in his residence. And the day after he met the president, he went to join the PDP. Kwankwaso would do anything to achieve his political ambition. He thinks that if the PDP decides to zone the presidency to the south, that will effectively knock him out of the race. And given what happened before the convention of the national convention of the PDP, the governors are so strong. The governors took the decision to let the national chairmanship of the party go to the north, in which case the North Central. So we know that it is the tradition since the advent of this democracy that where a region produces the national chairman, the same region cannot produce the presidential candidate of the party. So Kwankwaso must be worried at this stage that it all could end well. It all could end in the party, given the number of governors from the south, that the party could be convinced to zone the presidency to the south, which will leave him in a quandary. That's why he's saying all of this. Politics is an interest-driven game. Kwankwaso is simply protecting his interest. If he chooses to go back to the APC, you know he has to look at the people there. Are they people that I can work with? He's not on good terms with former Governor Shekarau. He has fallen out with the incumbent governor. So where does he stay to realize his ambition? He still has to be the PDP from his own calculations and from his body language. But will he realize his ambition if the PDP goes ahead to zone the ticket, the presidential ticket, to the south? This is what he's worried about. This is what he's worried about, and he doesn't want the party to do that. So we know, of course, that people like Governor Wike, they are also interested in the presidency. Atiku is interested in the presidency. Dele Momodu is interested in the presidency. Donyo Okupe is interested in the presidency. There's a good number of people from the south interested in the presidency, and backed by a huge number of governors from southern Nigeria and the PDP. People like Kwankwaso and Governor Tambua of Sokoto and Bala from Bauchi, who are also interested, yes, must be really working hard now to
the former Senate President,
it becomes an all-comers affair. If it becomes an all-comers affair, then everyone will be free to contest, no matter where you come from, you know. And that was what the party claimed after its convention that it would do, that it had not zoned the presidency to anywhere. How they intend to manage this, I do not know, because we all know that people like Wike, they are very strong in the party and they are interested in the presidency. So how do you make all of those people happy? Ultimately, the party could just fling it open to everyone, which will satisfy people like Bala Mohammed, people like Tambuwal, and people like Kwankwaso, who are eyeing the ticket. And of course, the Wikes of this world, who are also eyeing the ticket, the Donye Okupes. Let's not say they can't win, but at least they are interested. They too will be able to contest. So it's a function of interest. He's interested and is pushing his interests vigorously. So good luck to him.
Colleague, senior colleague Dele Momodu declared for the People's Democratic Party, want to run for presidency. Yes.
You know, I've said it before that everybody has a right. It's the fundamental human right of any Nigerian to. I can even declare to run for the presidency. That's the truth. And you can laugh over it, but I have that right to say I want to.
You should be the first lady to declare.
Yes, I can declare to say I want to run. So anybody can. And he said something the other time that the qualifications for even becoming Nigeria's president is so simple. All you just need is a school cert. You don't even have to attend secondary school. You don't even have to pass. You don't even have to have one. Like that? Yes, now it's so interesting for us now, because when you want to employ somebody in a company, you look at all the certificates. You ask for 2-1 for first class, okay. But to rule Nigeria, you don't even need to have a credit in your school cert. So it's free to really contest.
I want to thank you for your contribution today.